Of Max Media TV, where we've been talking about how to find a great business online in your local area. So we've been bringing experts in, local business owners in to talk a little bit on what to look for on how to find a good physical therapist in your town, any town, USA or anywhere in the world, really. And I know when we're looking online, there's going to be, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people looking every day. Today we're talking about physical therapy, and I brought in expert David Berman from Physical Therapy Professionals, who's been in the business for 17 years. And David, how are you?
I'm great, Chris. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Thanks for coming on the show with us. Hey, David, what advice can you give somebody who's looking online? We put the experts on the hot seat every week, and I know you do a terrific job with marketing your business online. So what would you recommend somebody who's looking for physical therapy in Denver, where you are? What kind of expert advice or tips can you give somebody looking when they plug those words in? I'm sure they're going to come up with hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of results, and everybody, saying that they're the best. Can you help us out?
Sure. So I think, they're saying that they're the best, and you want to find what's most important to you. So it's an easy way to remember what you should be looking for when you're searching for a physical therapist, especially online, is to remember the word MOST, M-O-S-T. So I'm going to put up that. So I want you to remember MOST. So let's go through the step-by-step, the 4 pieces, the formula that you need to follow to find the best physical therapist when you're searching online. The first piece is that you want to consider money. So a lot of people have health insurance. If you have health insurance, you want to make sure that you're using your benefits. That means that you can bring your health insurance card in, and that's going to pay for the physical therapy. Everybody's insurance is a little bit different, and it's sometimes difficult to either remember or to know what your benefits are. So the first thing to find out is what the costs associated with going to any provider, physical therapist, medical doctor, or otherwise are going to be. So I would want to talk with somebody to find out what my benefits were, to make sure that it was a covered benefit. That means that they'll take your insurance and that your insurance will pay for the physical therapy that you're getting there. Once you've kind of gone through that, once you got the money out of the way, then you want to make sure that you can get to where you're going. So the O stands for offices, and you want to find out the locations of the offices. If you're going to a doctor every once in a while, once a year, once every however you go, it's not a big deal to travel to get to the doctor's office. But when you're going to physical therapy, the commitment is usually more frequent. So you might be going 1, 2, even 3 times a week, depending upon what your needs are. So you want to make sure that the offices are located nearby so that there's a convenience factor, either nearby your home or nearby your office or somewhere in between so that you can get to where you're going. The next is S. So remember, we're doing MOST, and the next is specialty. So you may or may not know this, but physical therapists are specialists in certain areas. So, for example, if you've just had surgery, you're probably going to go see somebody that treats post-surgical problems. And if it's literally the day after surgery, you may or may not even receive physical therapy in your home. If you have a neurological problem, like if somebody's had a stroke, you're probably going to want to go see a neurological specialist because they're going to have the facilities and the training to take care of the needs that you have. If you have knee problems, knee pain like osteoarthritis, or shoulder problems like a rotator cuff problem, or just neck pain, back pain, or headaches, you're probably going to want to go see somebody that does something called outpatient orthopedics. That means they deal with muscles and joints, and they specialize in working with those areas where you literally go into their office, and they have the skill set to treat the needs that you have. So you want to make sure, after you found out that the insurance covers the benefits and that the office is convenient and close to you, that they specialize in an area that you have a problem. And the last piece is testimonials. Okay, so it would be fantastic if everybody knew a physical therapist and just know where to go. It's not often the case. So if you don't have a friend or a family member that's recommended somebody to you highly, then when you're searching online, what you're probably going to find is reviews. So other people have been to a facility or an office or worked with a physical therapist, and you're going to want to know that they had a good experience. So I would read those reviews and make sure that they're getting 5-star reviews from a good bit of people, 5, 10, 15, 20 people who've been to their office and had a fantastic experience, to give you the confidence to know that where you're going, you're not going to be the first person to go or say anything about it, that other people have been there and are willing to speak out and say fantastic things. So just remember, MOST, which is money or insurance, office locations for O, S for specialty, and T for testimonials, and finding a PT online should be easy for you now.
Thanks for doing that. You're the first one to come out and spell out, give us an easy to remember acronym. I appreciate the offices I did not think about, and the specialty. I just assumed that physical therapy offices were all the same. So in general, and I shouldn't say that because I just assumed that they were all general, that you could get any kind of treatment there. So appreciate you pointing out that. So David, I'm going to put you on the spot here a little bit. If somebody picked up the phone or and called you to come into your office right now, what kind of experience could they expect from you guys? What makes you guys different than everybody else out there?
It's a great question. I would say what makes us different is our responsiveness. So you're going to get somebody on the phone. If you leave a message, we're going to call you back really quickly. And here's the experience that you'd have. You give us a call, and you'll speak to somebody. And the first thing that we're going to want to know from you is we're going to find out, for example, what the problem is and why you're coming to see us, to make sure that we can do what you need done. So if you're calling up and you have neck pain, and we treat neck pain, which, by the way, we do. We are orthopedic manual therapists. Then that'd be a good fit for you. If you have some type of, if you were having vertigo or balance issues, then probably we're not the best facility to go. And I would tell you that, or whoever you spoke to would tell you that, and say, hey, we don't do that here. We're not specialists in that. We'll try to help you find the right place or know the questions to ask to find the right place. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we want to make sure that, again, the location is convenient for you. So we're going to ask where you're calling from, where you'll be coming from, to make sure that getting to and from the offices is not going to be anything more than a convenience for you. It should be easy to get to. And then maybe most importantly, because I don't think many people do this, so this was probably our special offer to you, is we check insurance benefits for you. So that means we'll literally get on the phone. I do it myself. My front desk person does it. And I'll call your insurance company with your insurance information on hand and find out whether or not the insurance that you have is accepted at our facility. And so you'll know ahead of time what to expect in terms of if there are any costs. A lot of times insurance will cover, if not all of it. And if there are any costs left over, like a copay, you're going to want to know what that is before you get there so you can make arrangements. And we talk with people about this every day. We're certainly willing to work with you on it. But I would say give us a call and find out if we do what you need to do and if we're in a location that you need. But also take us up on the offer of finding out what your insurance benefits are for you. If you don't know what your benefits are, and most people don't, it can be a little bit confusing. You have to get on the phone, and maybe you get put on hold, and then finally when you speak to somebody, a lot of people don't even know the questions to ask, and they speak in a lot of jargon. The insurance people are not there to make your life easy. We are here to make your life easier. So call us to find out what your benefits are, and we'll check for you whether or not you can use them at our facility. We'll let you know what they are so you have that information to make a good decision.
Awesome. The insurance is a big deal because my wife just went through this. She needed to find an eye doctor here in town, and we're new in this area. We didn't have any recommendations. She was on the phone with her and our insurance literally for 45 minutes, so it would have been awesome if she could have just called an eye doctor and had them do that for her. And they may have. We just didn't know that, but that's an awesome service. And I know, David, that you have put together a special offer for our viewers, which I'm sure they'll appreciate. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
I have, and this really goes out to people. If you have joint pain, like arthritis in your knees or your hips or your back, then probably you might be taking ibuprofen or other over-the-counter products or even prescription medications. Those are not good long-term solutions because your body doesn't really tolerate those. They're not meant to be taken for long, long periods of time. So ultimately what would be best is if you had a natural supplement that you can take. And I recommend a couple of different supplements. But one that I've been recommending probably for the longest amount of time and probably has the most amount of research out there, and you probably have already heard about, is called glucosamine sulfate. Sometimes you'll hear glucosamine plus chondroitin, and some people hear about glucosamine plus chondroitin plus MSM and other things. A good friend of mine in town who is in the fitness and health industry has put together an offer that I want to extend to you, and it's for his liquid glucosamine supplement. So if you go to that website that you see listed on the bottom of me right there, I'm going to point to it, bitly.com, so bit.ly.com with the back with a / and then PTPROFS, that's just my company. If you go to that website right now, what you'll see is an offer for 3 bottles of liquid glucosamine at a pretty deep discount, which means that you get to have it and try it for a really good price, and it's a very high quality supplement. I take it. The guy who manufactures it takes it and has been taking it for years. There will be a 10-minute expiration timer, so it is a limited time offer, not only literally in the time when you get to the website, but we don't know how long we're going to keep this offer up anyway. It's just a deep discount. I don't want to pass that on to you. Now, if you've never tried glucosamine or you're not sure about it, or you just don't want to commit to 3 bottles, then go to the bottom of the page and click No Thanks, and it'll bring you to a page that offers 1 bottle at a deep discount for you. Also a 10-minute timer. I'm going to share something with you. I'm going to put up my phone number. If for some reason you go to the website and the 10 minutes count down and you have not taken advantage of the offer, but you later on decide that you want to, then you can call me and ask for me, David, personally, at that phone number, and say, hey, I missed the glucosamine offer and I'm really interested, and I'll make sure that you get it at that rate. So I'll personally call the guy that manufactured it. His name is Lee, and we can get that discount for you. The other thing that you should know is really you're not risking very much by buying it, because if you end up with buyer's remorse the day later, you can return it for a full refund. As a matter of fact, if it doesn't work for you, if you try it and 3 weeks go by and you're 3 weeks through a month's supply and it doesn't work for you, call us and we'll I've arranged to get a full refund to you for that as well.
Great, awesome. So, like I have a rotator cuff issue, so that will it help with that? Can it help with the shoulder? I mean, I give that to my dog, the glucosamine and dry it up, but I've never tried it myself.
You know, with the rotator cuff, it's interesting, because if your rotator cuff problem is predominantly a muscle problem, then it may or may not help you. But if it's a joint problem, if it's arthritis inside the actual joint that's causing the rotator cuff problems, then it will help you. But hey, Chris, you got nothing to lose by giving it a try. You'll find out within about 7 days of taking it, and probably less, whether or not it's working. It's just about 1/8 of an ounce, or 1/4 of an ounce. I think it's 1/4 of an ounce per serving. So that's like, have you ever seen those little medicine cups that the kids' medicine come in? It's like about like a little sip.
Okay.
So it's a tiny amount of liquid to take. You take it once a day. It's easy to take, and because it's liquid, it gets absorbed better, and it's a better utilization of it. And again, you got nothing to lose. It's pretty inexpensive. It costs you, I think, like if you buy a bottle, it's something like 60 or 70 cents worth a day. And there's no negative side effects. So it's either going to help you or not, and if it doesn't, you get a full refund. If it does, man, fantastic. Your shoulder starts feeling better.
Cool. Well, I definitely jump on there and give it a shot. I appreciate that, David. And hopefully those of you that are looking for physical therapy in Denver, you found this helpful. And if you have some joint issues, maybe you found it helpful with this glucosamine offer that David did. So, you guys, thanks for watching. David, thanks for coming on and sharing that with us, and thanks for the special offer. Have a great day.
Thank you.